Hi, today I'm going to talk about how I went from absolutely hating myself to actually respecting myself within just a matter of a couple of weeks. So, you've definitely heard of classical self love advice that is like, oh, just love yourself unconditionally. You don't have to change anything, you're perfect the way you are. Your flaws, they don't matter, and everything. And while this advice might sound good on the surface, if you're anything like me, there was something that stopped you from resonating with it, that stopped you from embracing this advice and actually embracing unconditional self love for the way you are. So for me, it was always the thought that, well, okay, if I embrace myself fully, if I say that I'm enough, but I know for a matter of fact that I am a loser, I am a piece of shit right now, then how am I gonna go from a piece of shit to the person that I actually want to be, to the person that I believe I have the potential to be? How would that work if I just love myself unconditionally the way I am right now? That was always what stopped me from embracing self love and unconditionally in the sort of traditional way. But the mindset shift that I took in the last few weeks is that instead of looking at self love and self respect in a unconditional way, I started to look at what I was doing on the day to day basis, what actions I was taking, what goals I was accomplishing, and also what kind of promises I was keeping to myself that moved me from my current self, my current loser self, to who I want to become. So when I started looking at myself through this lens, and I actually became quite consistent in the actions I was taking that were moving me towards my goal, I started to earn self respect for myself as the person I am right now, specifically for the work that I'm putting in. Because even though I'm still quite a piece of shit, even though I've, well, improved quite a lot in these past few months, I've actually been putting in the work consistently. So this in of itself deserves respect because not everyone is putting in the work. If you look around you, most people just aren't. Most people are content with the way they are. And honestly, that's fine. Not everyone has to want to improve, want to change or anything. If they're happy, that's fine. But I was never happy with just being my loser self. I knew that if I stayed this way, I would never love myself, I would never respect myself. But now that I'm actually taking the steps to go from loser to who I want to be in areas like, fitness, business, social life, relationships, everything, I can respect myself for the work I'm putting in, and I don't hate myself anymore because what matters the most to me is this constant growth, and that now that I'm demonstrating it, I can respect myself. I've developed this self-respect just because I keep promises to myself, just because I wake up every day consistently and I do whatever I can to move my goals forward, to move myself from piece of shit to who I want to actually be. So that's it from me. It's a, well, very simple mindset shift, but it actually helped me greatly because, well, you could go from piece of shit to who you want to be through hate, just through this hateful, aggressive energy. You could do that, but since it's gonna be a process that takes a long time, I think that it's gonna be much more fun, much more enjoyable. It will let you feel better along your journey when you actually start respecting yourself for the person who puts in the work and for not being content with being where you are. and making that your baseline for respect. While also taking in mind that some days are not going to be perfect, but as long as you're consistent, as long as you've embraced this identity of the person who wants to make a change, it's going to be better. And you can respect that. So that's it from me. I really hope this video helped you, because it's a massive deal for me. So I hope that some of you have resonated with this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.